Ethan Cole, a human salvage engineer living alone on a forgotten space station near the edge of known space. He is tired, injured from work, and goes to sleep alone in his small metal cabin. The station is old, silent, and far from help. When Ethan wakes up, he feels someone breathing beside him. He opens his eyes slowly. There is a woman in his bed. She is pale, cold, beautiful, and not human. Her eyes glow red in the dark. Her fangs rest just inches from his neck. She is an alien vampire, and she looks shocked, not hungry. The alien woman introduces herself as Lady Naxara, a noble from an ancient vampire species that feeds on life energy. She explains she was badly wounded and escaped to the nearest life sign, Ethan. She expected an easy meal. But something went wrong. Welcome to my channel Sci-Fi Love Story. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Ethan Cole slept alone. He always did. The small cabin was quiet, filled only with the low hum of the old space station. Metal walls surrounded him on all sides. The air smelled of oil, dust, and recycled oxygen. A single dim light glowed above the bed, flickering now and then like it might give up at any moment. Ethan lay on his back, eyes closed, breathing slow. He had worked for 14 hours straight. Salvage work was never easy, floating through broken ships, cutting through frozen metal, avoiding old traps and radiation leaks, but it paid well and it kept him far from people. That was how he liked it. Alone. The station drifted at the edge of known space. No nearby colonies, no traffic lanes, just silence and stars. Most humans avoided this place. Ethan chose it. He turned slightly in his sleep. Something was wrong. The air felt different. Colder. His breathing slowed, not by choice. A strange pressure settled over his chest, light but heavy at the same time. His instincts stirred. The kind that kept a human alive long before space travel ever existed. Ethan woke up. At first, he did not open his eyes. He listened. The station hummed as usual. No alarms, no warning lights, no signs of danger, but there was another sound now. Breathing. Not his. It was soft, slow, controlled. Right beside him. Ethan's heart skipped once. He stayed still, his body tense beneath the thin blanket. His hands slowly moved toward the small shock tool he kept under the mattress. His fingers brushed cold fabric. Then warmth. Another body. His mind raced. No one should be here. No ships had docked, no visitors, no signals. Ethan opened his eyes. She was lying beside him. Her face was inches away from his own. She was pale, too pale. Her skin was smooth, almost white like moonlight on ice. Long black hair spilled across the pillow. Her eyes were closed, but he could feel her attention, like she was aware of him even without looking. Her lips were slightly parted. Two sharp fangs rested just behind them. Ethan froze. His breath caught in his throat. She was beautiful in a way that made his stomach tighten. Not human beauty, something colder, sharper, like a blade shaped into a woman. Slowly her eyes opened. They glowed red. Ethan's heart slammed against his ribs. Neither of them moved. Seconds passed, long ones. The woman blinked once, then again. Confusion crossed her face, then surprise, then something close to fear. "You are awake," she said softly. Her voice was calm, smooth, but it carried weight like every word mattered. Ethan swallowed. "Yes," he said, "I am." She looked down at his neck. Then she pulled back suddenly, as if burned. Pain flashed across her face. "What are you?" she whispered. Ethan did not answer right away. His mind struggled to catch up. An alien vampire woman was in his bed, asking questions. "I was going to ask you the same thing," he said. She shifted away from him, sitting up on the bed. The blanket slid down, revealing a dark armored suit clinging to her body. It was torn in several places. Black liquid stains marked the fabric. Blood. Not human. She pressed a hand against her side, wincing. "I am Lady Nyxara of the Velari Blood Court," she said, "and something is very wrong." Ethan slowly sat up as well, keeping space between them. "Yeah," he said, "you could say that." Nyxara looked at him closely now. Her glowing eyes scanned his face, his chest, his hands. Her expression tightened. "I fed," she said. "I felt your life energy enter me." Ethan stiffened. "And?" he asked. Her jaw clenched. "And instead of strength, I felt pain." She flexed her fingers. They trembled slightly. "That is impossible," she said. Ethan glanced at his neck. There were 2 small marks barely visible. No pain, no weakness. "Did you bite me while I was asleep?" he asked. "Yes," Nyxara admitted. "You were meant to be unconscious, a simple feeding. You are human, weak, easy." That should have scared him. Instead, it made him angry. "Well," Ethan said, "you picked the wrong human." Nyxara let out a slow breath. "Your blood burned me," she said quietly. "It rejected me." She looked genuinely shaken now. Ethan stood up, backing toward the wall. His hand hovered near the shock tool. "Why are you here?" he asked. "How did you even get onto my station?" Nyxara hesitated. "I was fleeing," she said. "My enemies attacked my ship. I was wounded, dying. I followed the nearest life signal." "That was me," Ethan said. "Yes," she replied. "I expected food. Instead, I found poison." Silence filled the room again. The station creaked softly as it drifted. Ethan's mind raced. He had heard rumors, stories whispered by traders, creatures that fed on life itself, predators that ruled the dark edges of space. He never thought he would meet one in his bed. "Are you going to kill me?" he asked. Nyxara met his gaze. "If I could," she said, "you would already be dead." She swayed slightly and caught herself on the bed frame. Ethan noticed how weak she looked now. Her breathing was uneven, her glow dimmed. "You're injured," he said. "Yes." "And starving." "Yes." "And my blood hurts you." Nyxara nodded slowly. Ethan exhaled. "Good," he said. Her eyes narrowed. "You do not fear me," she said. "I should," Ethan replied. "But right now, you're the one bleeding on my floor." Nyxara almost smiled. "Almost." Before she could speak again, the station lights flickered. A low alarm echoed through the walls. Ethan turned toward the control panel near the door. "That's not good," he muttered. "What is it?" Nyxara asked. "Docking alert," Ethan said. "Someone just arrived." Nyxara's expression changed instantly. "Fear." "They found me," she whispered. The station shook slightly as metal connected to metal. Ethan stared at the screen. Multiple unidentified ships, no transponder codes. "How many?" he asked. Nyxara closed her eyes. "Too many." Heavy footsteps echoed somewhere in the station. Voices, alien voices, confident, cruel. "They will kill you," Nyxara said. "And when they learn what your blood does, they will hunt your entire species." Ethan clenched his fists. He had lived alone for years, stayed quiet, stayed small. But now the dark had come to his door. He looked at Nyxara. "You can walk?" he asked. She nodded weakly. "Then move," Ethan said, "because this is my station." The door outside hissed as something forced its way in. The hunt had begun. The station corridor was dark. Only red emergency lights painted the metal walls. Shadows stretched long and thin, moving as the station slowly rotated in space. Every sound echoed. Every breath felt loud. Ethan moved carefully. Nyxara walked behind him. She leaned against the wall now and then, hiding her pain. Her steps were slow but silent. Even wounded, she moved like a predator. The docking alarm stopped. That was worse. Silence meant the enemy was already inside. Ethan checked the small scanner on his wrist. 3 heat signatures, not human, too cold, too steady. They split up, he whispered. Nyxara nodded. They hunt in silence, she said. They enjoy fear. Ethan tightened his grip on the shock tool. It was old, weak, designed for small repairs, not combat. Then they came to the wrong place, he said. They reached the control junction. Thick cables ran along the ceiling. Steam leaked from a cracked pipe. The air smelled sharp and metallic. Nyxara suddenly stopped. Wait, she whispered. Too late. A shape dropped from above. Vast. Black armor, red eyes, long claws. The vampire soldier slammed Ethan into the wall. Metal dented. Pain exploded through his shoulder. Ethan gasped. The creature smiled. Human, it hissed, so fragile. It grabbed his neck and leaned closer, fangs opening. Nyxara screamed. Don't. The vampire bit Ethan. Everything froze. The vampire screamed. Not in anger. In pain. It staggered back, clutching its mouth. Smoke rose from its lips. Its eyes widened in shock as black veins spread across its face. What is this? It choked. Ethan slid to the floor, coughing but alive. The vampire fell to its knees. My blood, Ethan said between breaths. You shouldn't drink it. The creature collapsed, twitching, then went still. Silence returned. Nyxara stared at the body. She had seen warriors fall before. But never like this. Your blood, she whispered, it destroys us. Ethan pushed himself up. Guess humans aren't on your menu, he said. More footsteps echoed. The other vampires had heard the scream. They know now, Nyxara said. They will not bite you again. Ethan glanced around the corridor. Good, he said, because I have other ideas. They moved deeper into the station. Ethan led her toward the reactor section. Old systems, dangerous systems, the kind most species avoided. Humans didn't. They reached a sealed door. Ethan typed in a code. The door slid open. Heat washed over them. Warning lights flashed. Radiation symbols glowed faintly. Nyxara hesitated. This place is unsafe, she said. So is being hunted, Ethan replied. They hid behind thick shielding just as 2 vampire soldiers entered the room. They moved carefully now, alert, weapons drawn. Bladed rifles hummed with dark energy. One of them sniffed the air. I smell poison, it said. The human is here, the other replied. Do not touch him. Ethan waited. His heart pounded, but his mind was calm. He reached up and pulled a loose cable free. Sparks flew. He slammed the cable into a control panel. The reactor surged. Alarm screamed. Radiation levels spiked. The vampires reacted instantly. They turned to flee. Too slow. The energy washed over them, not deadly to humans, but to creatures that fed on life force. It was agony. They screamed as their armor cracked, their bodies weakened, they collapsed twitching. Nyxara watched in stunned silence. You weaponized your environment, she said. Ethan shrugged. Humans do that. More ships docked. The enemy leader had arrived. He was taller than the others. His armor was dark red, marked with symbols of rank. His eyes burned brighter. He stepped over fallen soldiers and stopped in front of Ethan and Nyxara. Lady Nyxara, he said calmly, you run far. You should not have followed, she replied. The leader looked at Ethan. So, he said, this is the poison species. Ethan met his gaze. "This is my home," he said. "You broke in." The leader smiled. "You are insignificant," he said, "but dangerous." He raised his weapon. Nyxara moved in front of Ethan. "No," she said, "you will not touch him." The leader laughed. "You defend your food." Nyxara's eyes glowed brighter. "He is not food," she said. "He is death." Ethan activated the station broadcast system. His voice echoed through the station and into space. "This is a human-controlled station," Ethan said. "You are not welcome. Leave now." The leader paused. Then he stepped closer. "You think words will save you?" Ethan smiled slightly. "No," he said, "experience will." He opened a valve. Compressed oxygen flooded the chamber. Then fire. The explosion rocked the station. The leader was thrown back, armor cracked, body burning from inside. He screamed as Ethan's blood, still on his fangs from earlier contact, reacted with the heat and energy. The Dark Lord fell. Silence returned once more. Only alarms remained. Nyxara stared at Ethan. "You should be prey," she said, "yet you are not." Ethan leaned against the wall, breathing hard. "We survived because we had to," he said. "That's kind of our thing." Hours later, the station was quiet again. Enemy ships drifted away, damaged, afraid. Nyxara stood at the observation window, watching the stars. "My people will remember this," she said. "They will mark your species as forbidden." "Good," Ethan said. "Less visitors." Nyxara turned to him. "I will stay," she said. Ethan raised an eyebrow. "Here?" "Yes," she said, "to guard your secret, to warn others." He considered it. "Just don't bite me again," he said. She smiled. This time it reached her eyes. Ethan lay down in his bed later that cycle. The station hummed softly. Nyxara sat nearby, watching the dark. For the first time, the monsters of the galaxy feared something new. Not a weapon, not an empire, but humanity. And